magbi-meet pa lang talaga with Attorney Kaufman. Teka lang, let me pin your video. Ayan, may meeting pa lang with Attorney Kaufman. Hindi ko sure kung natuloy yung kahapon na meeting nyo with
Hindi
the
natuloy kahapon.
hindi natuloy.
Nagpahinga the whole day kahapon si VP and Saturday. Kasi nga, ever since she arrived, hindi na siya natulog for 2 days straight, no?
Mm.
So, she took the weekend off.
All right. So, hindi natuloy, magmi-meeting pa lang. Pero off the bat, kayo po ba, syempre from the Philippines na mga legal counsel ng Pangulo, pwede nyo ba sa aming i-share kung ano yung mga pinag-aaralan yung posibleng moves at pwedeng i-consult also with Attorney Kaufman later?
That would not be fair to Attorney Kaufman. If there is any announcement relative to case handling, it will have to be decided by the team. Number one, what it will be, and number two, what will be released to the public. Kaya sana maintindihan ninyo that since there's going to be a team, I'm not at liberty to speak, no, all the time because I have to be collegial, no. I'm also being very careful because it's not the first time I've had to work with foreign counsels. I've had many international arbitration, pero that's really the norm, no? Sense of collegiality. So I will also have to inform them the information that I will release insofar as it affects strategy of the defense team. Okay?
And in relation to that, sir, ano ba ang dapat naming asahan? Kasi syempre, sabi, September 23 ang susunod nating pagdinig. Pero in case you are going to file any petitions as an ICC expert, sir, how will that happen?
I think the court said naman it is without prejudice to earlier hearings, no? But the confirmation of the charges, which focuses, of course, on the issue of jurisdiction and the issue of elements of the crime, was set for September 25. But that is without prejudice to filing a motion that could possibly be heard by the court. Okay?
Okay. And then the second question, Attorney Harry, you mentioned naman kanina na you will address na rin yung questions
Yes.
about yourself, concerning yourself. Malacanang just said to Duterte supporters that they should also encourage you to come back to the Philippines and face the arrest warrant from the House of Representatives. Sir, what do you say to this?
I cannot come home. I have to defend my president as a member of the List Council of the ICC at The Hague. Yan naman po ay alam na ng lahat na sa mulat mula. Una po, ako yung kauna-unang Pilipino na naging miyembro ng List Council. Ngayon po, 5. 3 doon sa 5, 2 doon ay dati kong kasama. In fact, that my 2 former partners are representing the victims. Kaya po kami naghiwa-hiwalay sa law office because of yung 2 kong partners opted to represent the victims. And after my stint as POX, of course, I said, I've already been advising the president on ICC even when I was POX, and I can confirm that as early as 2019, I've been advising him on ICC matters. So, kinailangan po kami maghiwa-hiwalay as a law office and as legal partners, no? So, I'm sorry, I cannot come home. I have to defend my president.
And as
Attorney,
a follow-up to that, lang, no, my question, are you saying, Attorney, that you are willing to face the case after this entire thing?
Well, nakabinbin po ang aking petition sa Korte Suprema para ideklarang labag sa saligang batas yung investigasyon na ginagawa nila at walang basihan yung paghingi ng mga dokumentong hinihingi sa akin. Paulit-ulit ko naman pong sinasabi, hindi ko po tinatakasan yan. Inaasahan ko naman po na magdedesisyon ng Korte Suprema at susunod tayo sa desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Ulitin ko po ha, fake news po yung sinasabi nilang pugante ako dahil ang pugante po ay tumatakas sa isang arrest warrant na inisyu ng isang hukuman. Ang arrest warrant po ng inisyu ng Kongreso ay para lamang sa isang resource person para dumalo sa isang pagpupulong at magsumite ng mga dokumento. Wala po akong ginawang krimen na naging basihan para sa pag-issue ng warrant of arrest ng lehislatura.
And before ko po ipasa kay Gretchen, I think she has a question. My final question is how the Vice President is also reacting to updates at home regarding additional names na involved daw sa reimbursement ng funds ng OVP.
I've not had any opportunity to confer with her on this matter, pero consistent naman ang sinasabi niya, no? 125 in intelligence funds cannot be discussed publicly at nag-issue na po na ang qualified opinion ng COA. So ibig sabihin, everything was above board.
Okay. Attorney, paano po kung mag-file ng extradition request ang Pilipinas para kayo po ay mapauwi?
Well, I'm formally announcing that after our meeting today, I'm filing formally for asylum here at the Netherlands. As soon as my application of asylum is received, I do have the rights to non-refoulement. Non-refoulement under international law means, number one, non-deportation until matapos yung investigasyon if I'm entitled to asylum status, and number two, non-prosecution for illegal entry. Pero legal naman ang pagpasok ko dahil meron akong visa. No? Pero naniniwala ako na yung warrant of arrest ng Kamara de Representante ng WAD Committee ay mapapatunay ng unjust prosecution. Kasi dito sa Europa, unheard of yung isang warrant of arrest na indefinite ang lifetime, number one. Number two, walang bail. So, at number three, malinaw naman yan na ito isang investigasyon sa Pogo na nais nilang talagang i-link si dating Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte, no? At malinaw na sa tingin ko ang political motivation behind the investigation on the Pogo dahil ang sinasabi ng WAD Committee, si Presidente raw ang nag-legalize ng operation ng Pogo even if it has always been there, no, since time pa ng Aquino government, no. So I am confident. I am confident that I can prove political persecution through unjust prosecution ng WAD Committee.
When was that filed, attorney, yung application for asylum, and how long do you expect that to be acted upon?
Well, I'm filing it immediately after our meeting. Okay, so I'm heading in the afternoon. The place of filing is medyo malayo, 3 hours, so I expect to spend the night there. And there's a whole procedure that I need to comply before they give me proof that I am an asylum seeker and a temporary residence in the Netherlands as soon as they receive my application for asylum.
Okay. You came from
Ano pong
Dubai
korte?
po?
I'm sorry?
Sa Dutch courts po ito?
Hindi. It's just the parang counterpart of the Commission on Immigration and Deportation. Ang tawag
You came
nila
from Dubai,
INS.
attorney?
Ano pong tawag, sir? Ano pong tawag?
INS ang tawag, INS.
Well, do
INS.
you have the complete name?
O, ano ba yung complete name na yung INS?
Sige, we'll just Google.
Oo, Google nyo na lang.
Pero ibig sabihin, attorney, you came from Dubai as reported in the Philippines.
Well, I don't have to answer that, please. Ang alam ko is I don't have a warrant of arrest, I don't have a whole departure order, and I can only confirm I'm now in the Netherlands.
Secretary,
Just a follow-up, sir, on the question of Gretchen. Ito po kasi galing sa kay Congressman Barbers. Can you just kindly respond to this? I understand that you're filing your asylum, pero ito lang, ang sinasabi niya, may standing contempt order pa rin ang Quadcom sa inyo at sa misis ninyo. Kaya dapat mag-report ang Bureau of Immigration sa Quadcom kung paano kayo nakalabas ng bansa at saan kayo dumaan. Would you care to respond to this? Tapos sabi niya, kabilang nandito, and let me quote, habang nasa ibang bansa si Roque, hindi siya pwedeng hulihin. They agree to this kasi jurisdictional ang contempt order ng Quadcom. Pero pag nasa Pilipinas si Roque, kailangan i-serve sa kanya ang detention order ng Quadcom. Nilinaw ni Barbers na hindi ito panggigipit, pero isa rin kayo sa mga abogado ni Duterte sa The Hague bago raw maaresto si Duterte na contempt na ng Quadcom kayo. Kaya dahil sa pambabastos sa mga patawag ng komite at sa investigasyon nito, wala raw itong kinalaman sa pagiging ICC accredited lawyer po ninyo o pagiging abogado ni Duterte. Kaya baka raw nag-i-imagine lang kayo ng mga ganitong dahilan. Sir,
Ano una,
please.
wala naman akong binabanggit na may relasyon yung WAD Committee at yung panunupil sa akin, no? But the reality is, sa mulat mula, alam nyo naman lahat na iilang Pilipino lang ang nasa list council ng ICC. At alam nyo namang naroon ako. Pangalawa, sa mulat mula, ako po'y spokesperson pa. Yung first time pa ako naging spokesperson, as early as nagkaroon ng international report na merong nag-iisip na magsampa ng reklamo laban kay Presidente Duterte, ako na po talaga ang exclusive advisor ni Presidente Duterte and ICC. Unfortunately, nawala nga po ako sa gobyerno at nawala na po yung aking lead, kumbaga, in advising the president on the ICC. Everything happened when I no longer headed an interagency committee dealing with the ICC issue. No? And I think things happened after I resigned as spokes to run as senator in 2022, and all initiatives were pursued by then DOJ Secretary Maynard, later on OSG, as well as ES Medellea. So doon natapos yung aking, kumbaga, active involvement on advising the President on ICC matters dahil nangampanya na nga po ako. No? So hindi po nila mapagkakait na ngayong naririto na ang kaso ni Duterte, iniisip ko isa sa dahilan kung bakit nila ako ginigipit ay para mawalan ng legal representation ng Presidente. Now, totoo po na marami namang nasa list council. Pero wala na pong ibang list council member siguro na pamilyar sa Batas Pilipinas, Batas International, at yung political context ng pagsasampa ng kaso ito. So, 5 lang pong Pilipino yan, yung 2, counsel for the victims, di ko po kakilala kung sino pa yung 2, but I don't think barbers can deny na sa mula't mula, pinalano nila talaga ang pagpapadala dito kay Presidente Duterte para mawala ang tinik sa kanilang mga buhay na magkaroon ng Marcos Forever. Kung matatandaan nyo po July of 2022, nag-briefing kami sa Malacanang. Pinabayad ko si Presidente Duterte ng 20 pesos para hindi ako makapagsalita sa labas kung anong pinag-usapan. Pero alam naman po natin yan tungkol sa ICC yan. At sinabi niya, hindi makikipagtulungan. Pero as early as August, meron ng kontrang statement si Justice Secretary Remulla as relayed to me by Reuters. In fact, it was not featured prominently in the Philippine media, and it was Reuters that asked me to comment. Abay, iba na po sinasabi, mere 1 month after the President declared that we will not cooperate. At alam niyo naman yung sinabi na ni Secretary Remulla, which is now consistently what he has been saying, that pag nagkaroon daw ng red notice, they have to cooperate, which is of course not true. Siguro siya na...
Attorney Roque, one more thing.
Secretary Henry Uri sa
How is
DCRH.
the morale of the president, of the former president at the detention center? Kumusta ang moral po niya?
Ang sabi ni Vice President Duterte, na promote ko na, no? Ni Vice President Duterte ay mukha namang in high spirit siya. At ang sabi nga niya, pinauuwi siya ng pilit ng tatay niya. Dahil sabi niya, umuwi ka na at magtrabaho ka sa Pilipinas, no? So, tatay pa rin and very concerned about the Philippines pa rin.
Pero Secretary, nakakakain ba siya? Nakakainom ba siya ng gamot? Wala ba siyang iniindang sakit? Nakakatayo ba siya mag-isa? Paano ang kanyang pamumuhay ngayon sa loob ng kulungan na mag-isa?
Ulitin ko, Henry, hindi ko pa siya nakikita. Ang nakakita lang sa kanya, once si ES Medellea, once si VP Sara, and today at 9 o'clock, si Executive Secretary Medellea rin, former Secretary Medellea, no? So ako, I can only rely on what VP Sara has said, no? VP Sara said na okay naman daw si Presidente, medyo nung time na binisita niya, hapon na, 1 meal pa lang ang sinerve sa kanya, hindi masyado nakain ni Presidente ang Dutch food. Pero pinaghandaan na raw siya ng kanin. Okay? Now, let me tell you about the detention facility. Kahapon kasi, I had lunch with the Dutch National. Itong detention facility po is not exclusively for the ICC. It is an international detention facility being run by the Dutch government. And in fairness, they refer to it as the Hilton Prison. Kasi wala siyang rehas. It's a compound. It's like a dorm, I guess. No, walang rehas. They're free to move about. And quality of food naman is hindi masama. Kaya lang daw, syempre, it's Dutch food. No, and they have accommodated President Duterte's preference for rice. So, ang tawag po dito sa Europe ng detention facility being run by the Dutch government, but it's an international detention facility na merong particular wing reserved for the ICC is Hilton Prison. Pero I also need to underscore this, no? Siya po ngayon ay nandun sa, kumbaga, parang clinic ng facility na yon, no? Dahil he is still being monitored, no? Ang problema nga kasi, nagkulang siya ng gamot talaga. And although alam ng mga doktor ang gamot doon, ang aking huling narinig is they are providing him with substitute medicine. Kaya nga po kagabi, nag-deliver kami ng totoong medicine niya with letter and prescription para makita nila na hindi na dapat substitute medicine ang bigay kung hindi yung talagang mga gamot na ni Presidente.
Secretary,
Attorney, ano,
chance na siya ay...
Isa lang.
Si Henry Uri, sa DCRH. Secretary,
Okay,
ano
Henry,
ang
you have the
chance?
floor first.
Ano
Can you
ang
please raise your
chance?
hand? Raise your hand. Henry, you have the floor. Go.
Yes, Secretary. Ano ang tsansa na siya ay mapauwi ng maaga at yung binabanggit ninyong motion, kasama ba na madismiss ang kanyang kaso considering the fact dun sa sinasabi ninyo na illegal ang pagkahuli sa kanya at hindi siya nabigyan ng due process?
Again, no, dahil I'm working with another lawyer, at least one other lawyer actively, it would be improper for me to say something without conferring with him. Pero nakapagsalita naman ako na hindi tayo uuwi na hindi kasama ang Presidente Duterte. So let's just say that our prayers is that he will be released at the soonest time possible and we will take all steps necessary para mapauwi siya sa lalong mabilis na panahon. Now, siguro naman, I'm not in breach of confidentiality if I will tell you, malinaw yung proseso sa Article 59 ng International Criminal Court Rome Statute. At malinaw na hindi yan nasunod. So, ang mangyayari ngayon ng issue, sapat ba yon para mawala ang jurisdiction ng hukuman? Yan ay pagdidesisyonan ng hukuman kasi hindi naman nila talagang pwedeng ipilit na naiharap siya sa isang lokal na hukuman. Okay?
May mga nagsasabi na baka pwedeng mag-petition na i-house arrest na lang sa kanya o interim arrest. Pwede ba yun?
Again, as I said, hindi na po, well, of course, ang interim arrest, hindi natin palalampasin yan. But other than, yan ay karapatang hingi ng isang akusado sa ICC, wala muna po na akong sasabihin dahil it would be unprofessional of me to speak without having conferred with my co-counsels. Okay?
Thank you, Secretary.
Yan. Okay, go. Next, si Jason
At,
Jason Rubico has the floor.
Request lang tayo, attorney, sana mag-mute yung ibang hindi.
Please mute everyone. Everyone mute para isa-isa naman kayo
kasama sa
i-recognize.
estratehiya nila yung...
Everyone mute. Henry, pakimute.
Radyo po eh. oh.
Detalye, ihilingin na mapauwi ng maaga.
Henry, mute ka.
Yun, there you go.
Yan. Okay, next.
Oh, yes, attorney. First question po, may I ask po kung ano yung reaction ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa overwhelming support
Ano ka? Hindi ka malinaw. Hindi ka malinaw, Jason.
Bahagi ng Pilipinas at maging yung mga OFWs ay
Type na lang niya po sa chat.
Type na lang yung
Jason,
ano.
garbled ka. Hindi kita maintindihan. Okay? Pakis-type na lang yung question mo. Next, sinong nakataas ng kamay?
Sir, ako po. Andy sa
Sino?
GMA. Andy Peñaperta, sir, sa GMA News Online,
Go
sir.
ahead, Andy.
Sir, I have two questions, sir. Nung nakita po natin si VP Sara, nirelay po niya ang message ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Ang sinabi po sa kanya ni dating Pangulo, there will be a day of reckoning. Na-explain po ba sa inyo ni dating Pangulo ang ibig sabihin niya na to, a day of reckoning? And second question po, sir, bilang counsel po ni dating Pangulong Duterte, mabibigyan din po ba kayo ng information kung meron pong mga warrants na lalabas kay Senator De La Rosa, kay former PNP Chief Albayalde, tsaka na sa iba pong mga linked sa killings? If yes, meron po bang warrants na may issue?
Okay. Una-una, lilinawin ko sa inyo to ha. Sa mga abogado, tumataas ang balahibo namin pag tinatawag nyo na kaming legal counsel sa ICC. Ako, I can say I'm legal counsel for the President kasi I have given advice to the President on ICC matters. But I have not yet been officially recognized by the court as counsel. Kaya nga, medyo ingat-ingat lang tayo. But ako, walang doubts. I can claim to be counsel dahil talagang consistently ina-advise ko si Presidente even before, years ago pa, on ICC matters. No? Pero lilinawin ko po, hindi pa approve ng hukuman. Hindi pa kinikilala kami ng hukuman. Si Secretary Medialdea pa lang ang kinikilala. No? Pangalawa po is, siyempre po, wala pa akong access kay Presidente. So hindi ko po alam kung anong exactly ang ibig sabihin niya. Pero tingin ko naman, using common meaning of every there will be a time of reckoning, yun pong common meaning po noon is magkakaroon din ng paghuhusga sa mga pangyayari ngayon. Okay? tinranslate ko lang siya kung ano yung there is a time for reckoning. Okay?
Question po?
Question ho?
Oo. Kayo po ay binabanggit po ninyo na nagpasok kayo ng medicines. Ano, ano po ba yung sakit ng dating
Okay,
Pangulo?
again, hindi po ako nagpasok. Iniwan po namin sa prison facility.
Okay.
Hindi po ako nakapasok. Okay? Iniwan lang po. Okay? Kasama yung sinyelas na rin-request siya at saka medyas. At ang medyas na binigay namin ay yung colorful na medyas pa. Okay? Now, so having said that, anong mga gamot ng Pangulo? That's covered by the right to privacy. Okay? He may be president, but he doesn't have to broadcast to the world his medical condition. That's considered absolutely private information.
But he has been deemed as fit by the doctors inside, no? So hindi naman po serious.
I'm
kung ano man
sorry, again, you're not precise. He was deemed fit to appear, but it was also deemed fit that he will only appear by video. Malinaw po yun. Malinaw po yun. Kaya nga hindi na siya pina-appear. Okay? But his deemed fit is only for purposes of appearance by video. Okay? So that says a lot, I think. That says a lot already. Okay? Next is Jason Rubrico. Subukan mo ulit, Jason.
Attorney, hello po. Mas klaro na, Attorney?
Yes.
Yes po. Attorney, kanina, may we know the reaction of Vice President Sara Duterte doon po sa overwhelming support na ipinapakita ng taong bayan. Yesterday, sunod-sunod yung mga prayer rallies, not just here in the Philippines, but also around across the globe po, mga OFWs na nagpakita ng suporta kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Nako, talaga naman pong nakakahabag sa damdamin ni VP Duterte yung napakalakas na suporta na pinapakita ng mga kapwa Pilipino natin, hindi lang dito sa dahig, kundi sa buong daigdig. I can confirm that the VP, being of her generation, is always online. Siya pa nga nagbigay sa akin ng unlimited data, no, from an eSIM, which is very powerful. She is forever grateful for everyone for showing their support to the president. And yan po nagbibigay ng lakas, hindi lang sa kanya, kundi sa buong pamilya na malalampasan din ni Presidente Duterte itong pagsubok na ito.
Attorney, usap-usapan po online yung paggamit ng litrato ng mga yumaong individual ng makakaliwang grupo sa EJK rally. At isa na nga rito yung doktor na pumalag dahil ginamit po yung litrato ng kanyang yumaong ama na di umano'y nasawi dahil dito sa extrajudicial killing. Pero yun nga, pumalag sila dito. Marami rin na ibang mga individual ang pumalag sa paggamit ng mga litrato. Nakabot ba ito kay Vice President Sara Duterte? And you, Attorney, ano po yung reaction niyo dito?
As I said, mas bata si VP Sara sa akin, mas teki yan. In fact, siya lahat ang nag-ayos ng aking communication requirements, no? Including my eSIM, no? Kaya malakas ngayon ang aking Wi-Fi, no? So alam po niya yan, she's forever grateful. Pagdating dun sa mga fake news, ang aking payo lang sa publiko, mag-ingat po tayo sa fake news at kaya nga natin gagawin na itong regular press briefing nang wala na pong hindi pagkakaintindihan dahil sa fake news, no? At kaya ko rin po hiningi na magsama-sama na tayo dito sa isang GC at isa na lang briefing dahil we are terribly undermined po. Ang nandito pa lang ako, E.S. Medaldea, VP Sara, and Robin Padilla. So between the welfare of the president and the legal requirements, and then Hoffman, no, you can appreciate na talagang we are really undermanned right now, no. So I ask for your indulgence. Talagang dito tayo mag-uusap. Okay? So wala na?
Sir,
Oh yes, then.
just to clarify yung composition ng inyong legal team, we were also informed na kailangan ang mga miyembro ng legal team. Sabi nyo nga, di ba, ICC accredited. So, paano nagawa
No,
ko?
wait.
Halimbawa,
Unang-una, it's not an absolute rule. But of
Okay.
course, it's the caveat of the client, of the accused. Because international criminal law is not only a branch of international law, it's a further subspecialty of international law. And unless you have specialized training and experience in this field, talagang everything will be Greek to you. It's not enough that you're a Philippine lawyer and appear, although there is no disqualification. Kaya nga, hindi ko alam kung nagawa na ito ng registry eh. Kasi si ES naman kasi kasama niya sa eroplano. No? But the very first thing that the registrar will ask the accused to do is, here is the list of 200 lawyers accredited by the list council. And the criteria, a single criteria is proven competence in the field of international law. Okay? So, you may hire lawyers outside of the list subject to the caveat that it's a specialized field of international law.
Okay, kasi po yung nabanggit nyo, halimbawa si VP Sara, hoping also to be accredited also by the ICC, tama ba? Or just to be
Yes.
recognized as a lawyer
It's
of
not
the...
a requirement to represent that you're part of the list, but of course, if you're going to ask the court who should represent you, they prefer that you choose someone from the list kasi nga may proven competence in the field of international criminal law. Ulitin ko po ha, kung mag-a-apply si VP Sara, it's only because she needs access to the president. And as a family member, mukhang every visit requires communication with the detention facility.
So just to be clarified, para hindi po kami magkamali, so we will say na parang nagpapalista siya as a legal counsel of the president, not ICC. Si
No,
VP.
legal counsel
Okay.
of the
Of the
president.
president.
To
Okay.
give her a counsel's access to an accused while under detention,
And
which
one
should
last,
be fettered, no, na hindi po pwedeng pagbawalan. Samantalang ang magbisita ng pamilya ay subject to restrictions.
okay, and then, kayo sir, di ba, nagpapa-add kayo as ICC legal counsel?
Yes, dahil nasa list naman talaga ako. Okay?
Okay. Let me just take this opportunity, sir, kasi yung mga mga victims' family are saying they're being trolled by the Duterte supporters, and sabi ng kanilang counsel, it will help the case and it will affect yung case ni dating Pangulo. Reaction nyo lang po doon.
Wala po akong reaksyon doon dahil hindi ko naman alam kung tinotroll sila eh. Hindi ko alam kung sino sila. Malalaman pa lang po namin kung sino sila kapag reveal na ng prosecution. Kaya nga po, sa lalong mabilis na panahon, dapat magbuo na itong legal team kasi magsisimula na po yung proseso ng discovery. Sa
But you
ngayon
don't
po,
encourage.
iba po ang sistema ng ICC, hindi gaya sa Pilipinas na may preliminary investigation, magsasubmit ng complaint affidavit at counter affidavits. Dito po wala. Everything was done unilaterally by the prosecution, and it is only now that we will find out kung anong basihan. Pero I have this as an observation. Akala ko ba libo-libo ang sinasabi nilang pinatay kaya naging crimes against humanity? Nagulat na lang ako na 43 ang sinasabi nila, no? Nasaan yung libo-libong sinasabi nila, no? At paulit-ulit naman nilang sinasabi yan na pinapatay daw ng Pangulo, di umano ang libo-libong tao. Pero nung binasa naman yung akusasyon kay Presidente, ang binanggit 43. Over a period of 8 years, no? So 43 divided by 8, how many is that?
Okay. But we don't encourage attacking or trolling anybody from any side.
Well, what I can say is that we have freedom of expression. Let a million flowers bloom. After all, the true test of truth is the power of an idea to be accepted in the free marketplace of ideas. Okay? Yes, si Gretchen.
Tama po kayo, no, yung 43. But the lawyers are saying that this is a representative sample, and also when it comes to the war on drugs involving law enforcement, mahirap mag-build ng case. So dahil na rin yung mismong police ang involved dun sa collecting of evidence. So hindi naman sa no, pero yung 43 hindi po ba ganoon naman talaga sa korte na pipili lang talaga ng mga strongest cases to present before the chamber?
You know, I'm speaking as an academic and as a lawyer, not as counsel. Crimes against humanity, widespread and systematic attack against civilian populations, knowing that it is being directed by civilian populations. Next is the propaganda of the complainants. Libo-libo raw sila. Pero ngayon, lumalabas 43. I leave it at that. It speaks for itself.
Pwede ko po itanong lang din itong sa Rome Statute Article 59 po na nabanggit ninyo. Doon sa press con po natin sa labas, you also mentioned a South African case. Pwede po
Yes.
bang malaman kung anong case po yun? Yung tinitingnan po ninyo.
Ibrahim versus Minister. A decision of the Constitutional Court of South Africa.
Ano po nangyari
Ibrahim versus Minister. Merong isang apartheid leader, kinidnap nila sa ibang bansa, dinala sa South Africa. Ang tanong, yung pangingidnap ba, dapat bang maging dahilan na mawalan ng jurisdiction ang hukuman? Ang sagot ng South Africa Constitutional Court, yes, because you cannot right a wrong by committing another wrong. And that the legality of the arrest by which jurisdiction was acquired over the person of the accused should be reason enough to divest the court of jurisdiction to continue hearing the case.
Okay.
Ibrahim versus Minister.
Final question po, no? Dito po sa mga visitation rights ng dating Pangulo, sino-sino po yung allowed? At si Senator Robin Padilla, ano po yung kanyang grounds? Kasi hindi po siya official family member.
Siya po ay presidente ng PDP Laban at nasa gitna po tayo ngayon ng isang halalan. Kaya po talaga siya naririto, hihingi siya ng instruction kay presidente kung anong gagawin sa kampanya ng PDP Laban. And I think that's a valid reason for him to be allowed to see the president, being the chairman of PDP Laban. Siyempre, ang mensahe naman ng presidente, vote straight PDP Laban.
Sir, just a clarification.
Yes.
Okay lang po, sir. Sir, just a clarification dun sa
Sino to?
qualification. Sir, si Maris.
Maris. Okay, Maris.
Okay. Sir, si Maris. Just a clarification, enlighten us, especially me as a layman. Sir, kapag halimbawa magre-represent kayo sa presidente sa ICC, you don't need any additional license. As long as you have the expertise on international law, that would be enough as a qualification to represent the former president.
That's not accurate.
Okay,
You
can
not know
enlighten us, sir.
anything about international law and you can still represent the president if you're a member of a bar. Pero how will you know what they're talking about if you're completely clueless about international law? So it's not a bar. It's just that the registry maintains the list kasi nga proven competence in international law ang requirement to be in the list, no? So at least if the accused will choose from the list counsel, there's at least the assurance that he's been pre-screened to know what he will be talking about as counsel before the ICC.
But if you have additional counsels to represent and you will be applying for that, you don't need
It's not a
any
requirement
other.
that you be in the list counsel. But there are rights of list counsel members, of course, na they may not be able to avail kasi meron kaming advocate in the court. So for instance, no, if I feel I'm not being accorded the right to visitation, then we can complain to our advocate and it can be sent to the court and acted upon. It works as a bar association. So it represents the lawyers appearing before the ICC, specifically the concerns on parity of arms. Kasi talagang lahat ng karapatan binibigay lang nila sa prosecution.
All right, sir. Thank you.